We got cut off there because I was running low on time. This problem's so involved. It takes longer than 5 minutes. All right, so let me do it again. 1 out of 15, right? We ran into a snafu, and I left it in the video on purpose because sometimes that happens. Excel thinks it's smarter than you are, and you have to know, no, darn it. Oh, see, I just did it again. And now if I go in and try to type, it keeps thinking it's a date because once it changes the formats to dates, I mean, it's all lost. So you just right click, go to format cell. It's annoying, but you know, whatever. General. Okay, and now it knows it's a decimal, not a date. Excel is kind of annoying that way. So 2 out of 15. I mean, you forget one equal sign and all hell breaks loose. All right, 1 out of 15 equals 1 out of 15, right? There was only 140, so that's 1 out of 15. There were two 41.5, so this is 2 out of 15. Right, the ones that are 2 are this one right here and this one right here. And you can see the little green triangle. That means it doesn't like this formula because it's different than the ones around it. Because it's 2 out of 15 instead of 1 like everybody else. But it's just going to have to suffer. See, it did it again there for that one. Oopsie. Typed that wrong. Of course, I could have dragged through most of those and just changed these ones. That's fine too. All right, so now finally we've got X bars, all of them, and all their respective probabilities. Only 2 of them ever occurred more than once. Whew, what a mess. All right, so let's read. We constructed a sampling distribution for the mean. That's what we did with the sample means and their corresponding probabilities. That's this table right here, right? That is the answer to part C. Okay, every X bar with all its probabilities. Now, part D, compute the mean of the sampling distribution. Okay, that means we have to find the mean of this lovely table. And we learned how to do that where? In section 3.3, and actually again in section 6.1. It's the same technique. So you'd find the sum of the probabilities, which we know is 1, but doesn't hurt to double check. Yep, it's 1. Good. Right, this is the sum. Okay, now we need to take the sample mean, 32.5, times its probability, and we're going to click and drag down. There are all the X bars times the probabilities. And then down here, I want a different color so that I can make sure that that's clear, that that's different. I'm going to drag this over. And this is the mean right there. Done. Okay. 38.666666, which makes me curious. Was this really 39? Let me double click and make this. Good to see. So Excel, if you make it small, will round for you. See how it's rounding? Rounded to 39. So I just thought it was 39, but if I double click, I can see it's actually more than that. It's 38 point, or less than that, excuse me, but more decimal places. So 38.6666. So looky there. Same numbers. So be careful with that. Excel thinks it's smarter than you, as usual. All right, so part D is done. Compute the mean of the sampling distribution. That's right here, right? D. Oops, not right there. D, the mean, right? That's in red right there. Next, part E as an elephant. Compute the probability that the sample mean is within 3 years of the population mean age. Whew. Okay. Sample mean. Okay. So first of all, we need to know what within 3 years means. I'm going to put it over here to the right. I think that'll be better. All right, within 3 years, what does that mean? That means I want to take this number and subtract 3 from it, and I want to take that number and add 3 to it. So I want to look for what sample means are between 35.6 and 41.6. Let's see here. 35.6 to 41.6. These are the guys. Let me change their color slightly so we can kind of see them. There they are. So when I want the probability of that, I just want to add up those peach probabilities. So equals sum, parentheses, of those guys. There we go. So that probability for part E is right here. Let me make it, I'm going to make it peach to match. There you go, because they go together. So you're just adding, find out what 3 years is, and then figure out the probabilities there and add them up. All right, done with that part, and I think that's it.